Greetings and welcome back to the boot camp. I'm pumped that you're here, and today we have really a combination of two different webinars that I did recently that are going to be crazy powerful for you, and I kind of want to introduce you to them. So what you're going to see throughout these recordings, and I have them open here on my screen, is you're going to see me walk through the congruency of Google Ads and how to be congruent through advertising on Google. But you're going to see a live case study, and actually my wife she owns her own private practice therapy here in Phoenix. And what you're going to see is me walk you through her exact ads, okay, that we placed on Google. And when we started her private practice, this has been probably about 6 months ago, we grew it through one of the slowest points of the year to grow a therapy practice. So usually people are posting in their Facebook groups about how they can't find any clients and blah blah, whatever, complain and moan because they're just struggling to find clients and they don't know how to advertise. And what we've been able to do is grow her practice, right? And do that through Google advertising. So you're going to see my exact ads that I wrote, and you're going to be able to look inside of the actual Google Ads account. And this is when they were only, a few weeks old. Okay, so this is when they were only really a few weeks old. Then I'll show you how we pixel her page with the Facebook pixel, all right, and run retargeting ads, or how you could. And then what I'm going to do is I had a follow-up webinar that was done about 4 months later. This is very recent to the time of the boot camp, where I walk you through how the lifetime value works with placing Google ads. And then the cool part is I show you sort of the follow-up of the actual campaign. So I walk you through projected incomes, year-to-date incomes, and I contrast that with the amount of money spent through our Google ads. And then I walk you through the actual the cost per acquisition to get a new client and the lifetime value so far of each client. So the power here in this training, here's what you're not going to get. What you're not going to get is a click-by-click, here's how to place a Google ad. Guess what? You can go to YouTube, you can go to Google, and you can figure that out. You can hop on the phone with Google and figure that out, right? You're not going to get that in these videos. What you're going to get in these videos is a walkthrough of customer acquisition, right? And you're even going to get congruency. You're going to see my exact ads. You're going to discover little mini secrets that you never would have thought of when it comes to placing Google ads, and it's why I do so well when I place Google ads for clients. So what you're going to don't underestimate what you're going to see in these videos, because you're going to see some really powerful tactics. I've been running Google ads since about 2009. I mean, not every single day, right? But I've been in this game placing Google ads and making sales and growing businesses in Google ads for a really long time. I know the secrets. I know the strategy behind it. And I prove it to you in this exact thing by putting, it's my wife and I's money, but by putting my own money on the line, starting a new therapy private practice in one of the most difficult seasons to start one. And we did it successfully. She's quit her job and now is hiring on her first independent contractor and signing a lease for an office space that has 4 offices. So to say it's been a success is a little bit of a understatement. It's been going really well, and you're going to see me unpack things like lifetime value, congruency. I talk about, Bill placing it out on a billboard with a half-naked woman and how conversions are going to suck because of that. You're going to see it all. So if you want a click-by-click Google Ads thing, my recommendation is just type in on YouTube, how to place a Google ad, and they'll walk you through click by click. That's not something that you need me to do. What you need me to do is walk you through the strategy of it, right? The why I say certain things, the why I type certain things. That's the power that you're going to get in these videos, okay? So enjoy, and what I'd love for you to do is type in the comments. Your assignment for today is 1 or 2 main things that you took away from this video. 1 or 2 main things that you learned that were powerful, that impacted you, and And we'll see you back here tomorrow as well.
Hey, so there we go. So I am going to explain something. I'm going to explain a little bit about what my wife is doing. And then I'll explain a little bit about Google and how to run ads on Google. And then Carlos, I can see your name. That's fine. I'll just explain a little bit about what I mean by running Google ads and what that looks like and why it's so important. All right. Now, are Google ads, is there a right or a wrong platform for you to run ads on if you want to advertise a product or a service, or let's say you're a plumber? Not really. You can run them on Facebook, Google, Instagram, YouTube. There's really no right or wrong, right? You want to choose an ad medium based on, number one, your competencies, right? So if I'm just electric on video, I'm super good on video, I might go place YouTube ads, right? But also the other thing is opportunity. So your competencies and then opportunity, meaning what opportunities are there in the marketplace that you can capitalize on that have low ad costs? So here's what I mean. In about 2009, when Google AdWords was really, well, this is maybe even a little bit before that, when Google Ads, meaning you can place ads on Google when people search certain things. When those first got started, the cost per click, now let me explain this. Let me share my screen here real quick and grab my little drawing tool here. Now watch my screen very closely, okay? Because I'm going to explain what I mean here, and I want you to catch this. So if you're out there, you're looking at cat videos on Facebook right now, get off the cat videos and focus your attention. I believe strongly in something called The Power of Full Engagement. And if you can see me right now, this is one of the most powerful books you'll ever read. The Power of Full Engagement. The Power of Full Engagement, all right? So this is written by, I think, Jim Lohr and Tony Schwartz, but it's called The Power of Full Engagement. And the whole thought process behind it is that when you're able to give full engagement to whatever it is that you're actually focused on, your output, your results will become exponentially higher. So for those of you who are on here who are half-assed and paying attention, whatever, that's okay, but just sign off. Just exit the webinar and quit lying to yourself and just really engage this at a full level. That's where you start to become an expert. I always tell people, don't screw around with mediocrity. Mediocrity is just death in business, okay? So don't play around with half-assing and coming in here and, you know, I'm clicking around on YouTube and I'm clicking around on Facebook and I've got my Instagram feed open on my phone down here and whatever else. Just freaking pay attention, because this is going to be really good stuff, all right? So when it comes to placing ads, let's say on Google or on Facebook or on Instagram, a lot of people that are newer or kind of learning the ad game on the internet, they overcomplicate things, right? They stop using their critical thinking skills once they get online, and they just think like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. I don't even know how to do this, right? Let's break this down really quick, and then I'll get into what Google ads are and how powerful they can be. So number one, Google ads. Can somebody tell me in the chat, what is a Google ad? Because Charlotte wants to know. What's a Google ad? And tell me, what would be the benefits of a Google ad? All right, so let's first define what actually a Google ad is, right? So if I was to open up another screen on my screen that I'm sharing right here, and I go to google.com and I type in a search, okay? I type in a search, then I'm gonna get some results that pop up, right? Okay, so if I type in, and I'm gonna hint at, you know, my wife's practice here, right? If I type in therapist near me, right? Let's just say I went through something really traumatic. My dog just died and I want to find a therapist so I can talk to somebody about it. All right. Now, what's going to happen? type to me in the chat box, what's going to happen when I go and hit, you know, essentially on Google, I hit go. What's going to happen? What does Google do? Tell me. Type to me in the chat. Even if you don't know about Google Ads, that's okay. I'm breaking down the Google Ads platform for everybody here, right? So Alexa says, everybody's link related to my subject will be listed. Alexa said a Google ad is beneficial because people search things that you're interested in. Yes, exactly. Robert says I'll get a list. Maria says they'll find my location first. Cameron says first few results are ads. Carol says they give you search results. There's going to be ads. There's going to be results, ads. Okay, so here's generally what happens, right? Number one, number two, these are ads, right? Ads. At the very top, you'll see it. It'll actually say the word ads or sponsored, something like that, right? And then there's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, and these are all going to be different people's websites, right? And what do you do when you search on Google? You go to Google, and what do? You type in a little search. If I type in therapist near me, right? It's also going to, over here on the side, it's going to give me a map. And it's going to say, here's some therapists near you, right? Google is really freaking smart, right? But if I pull open this, if I type in something here, right? Generally, here's what's happening on these ads. And then there'll be a couple ads at the bottom too, is these people are competing on Google's platform in an auction. Do you guys know what, raise your hand. Do you know what an auction is? Does everybody here know what an auction is? What's an auction? Okay, I want to see, click the hand raise button if you understand what an auction is, meaning people bid on certain items. All right, that's about half the crowd responded there. So people bid on certain items and the highest bidder wins, right? So what's happening on Google with these ad spaces, exactly, it's kind of like eBay, right? eBay, where you bid. People are bidding on these spaces. So it's a combination of a few things, but generally speaking, the person who has shown up number one just bid the most amount of money. It's not that they're actually the best result necessarily, but they bid the most amount of money. So let's say I put in a max bid of $5. I will tell Google, here's my website, here's my ad headline, here's my description, here's my everything, okay? And I'll put in a bid of $5, okay? $5. All right, so I put in this bid of $5. Now, if somebody else comes in and tells Google, I'm gonna bid $7, right? What's it gonna do? It's gonna, when somebody searches therapist near me, if somebody's in the same bidding range as me, meaning if they're within, let's say I put my radius of 10 miles around Phoenix, right? I'm gonna put, it's gonna automatically place a bid for $5 for the top spot for me. And then then this guy's gonna come in and actually get the top spot because he put in a max of 7. And this is per click. So I do not pay any money unless somebody actually clicks. Okay, got it? Now that is called PPC, pay per click. Write that down if you're not familiar with it. That is pay per click advertising. You can also do this on Bing, Yahoo, other websites like that. Search engine. This is called search marketing, right? Search marketing. So the power here, here's the big number one benefit. The power here is that you get to come in, and here's the word, intercept the traffic of other people. You get to intercept people's train of thought, exactly what they are looking for. You get to drop yourself right in front of their eyeballs so they can see your ad. Now, you ready for this? My wife and I just started running some ads, and I'm actually running ads for her private practice that she's starting, which is just a therapy private practice, okay? So this is going to be really powerful, and I'm going to share with you my screen while I do a Google search for this, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. Now, quick hand raise. Can everybody see my screen? This is going to be one of the most valuable videos you watch in your entire life in marketing. I'm not shitting you. I've been running ads for about a decade. And if you want a little insight into, well, what would he do? Well, here you freaking go. Okay. Now I'm still developing these and getting results, and I'm optimizing. So this is also a good example that there's no right or wrong in marketing. There's no black and white right or wrong. There's just theory in marketing, right? Okay, so I got a lot of hand raises. So here we go. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in this Google search right here. Let's see. Well, first, let me go to her website. So her practice is Gender Identity Center. So she's catering, you can see it right here, is a private practice that provides individual therapy to adolescents aged 12 to 18. Okay, so that's her ideal client. You see that? You see how this is very clearly spelled out? Individual therapy to adolescents 12 to 18 who are wrestling with gender identity. Okay. Now, could this ad copy be better? Yep. Are we going to improve it? Yep. But for right now, this will work, right? We got a minimum viable product up, and this is what I always teach people. Good enough is good enough. Okay. So therapy for teens, my wife just changed this. I just wrote her a text message and said, this is the worst headline in the history of headlines on a website. Okay. So this is literally just horrendous. So just ignore that. But we've been playing around with headlines right here. This should be a more benefit headline. But again, this is a little bit different than driving somebody through a sales funnel. You get what I mean here? Okay. So it's a little different of a game. But here's the thing. This is our website. This is who we're focusing towards. Now, who we're focusing this towards are young people who are just, they feel like, now we're not going to get into the politics of this. I get there's people on all sides of the fence. So if you're getting all hyped up and you're freaking out internally because whatever, you can just sign off the webinar and we're all good. But here's what I'd like for you to do instead is just be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to drop kind of my emotional response to anything that's going on here, and I'm going to focus in on the marketing because that's the big piece that you need to know here. So if we're growing a private practice from literally nothing, no clients, nothing, zero, zilch, right? How would I do it? All right, so now let's think through the advertising angles here, right? This is a very particular business because 12 to 18 is an age group you cannot advertise to on Facebook and Instagram. So done. What are we going to do about that? So I can't go placing ads all over Facebook for kids who, have this issue. For kids who are essentially, they get to, age 10, 12, 18, and they're wondering why they feel like they were born in I'm a boy, but I feel like I feel like a woman. Like I feel like I like playing with dolls and all this kind of stuff, right? And so in that, that was a huge overgeneralization, but I'm just trying to get through to the point here, right? So Baishan, hopefully I said that right, just said you could run ads to the parents. Yes, but in Facebook ads, I don't have like a gauge of like, well, do I just send out ads to every parent in the region, right? I don't have a gauge because in Facebook ads, I can target, I could advertise to parents of teenagers. Like that's a category that I can do that. But I don't know beyond that, I'm just targeting every single parent in the Phoenix Valley, right? So I don't have like interest targeting, right? So that makes it a little bit more difficult. I could advertise and say something like, is your teen struggling to figure out their gender, right? And I could do that on Facebook and advertise to the parents. But what's better is advertising this on Google for people who are typing in stuff around figuring out their gender. So a couple main keywords, key points that people type in: gender dysphoria, transgender counseling, things like that. Those are things people are actually typing in, right? So, I mean, but again, Beishan, even if I target books or famous people around these kind of topics, the amount of people or books that people have liked, like that's a very small amount. And then in a 10-mile radius, it narrows it down even further. And I would probably hit everybody in this region like right away. All right. So essentially what we've done is we've went out and advertised on Google, which has got us a few phone calls so far and a few good leads. So here's an example of a search. Now look at my screen here in just a second. Okay. So I typed in gender therapist. Okay. Gender therapist. Now, if you go Googling this stuff, please don't click these ads because it will actually cost us money, okay? So if you go Google this and you see ad right here, now I'm gonna annotate this and zoom in a little bit so you can see this. So bear with me. Let me zoom in, okay? Now, can you guys type to me? Can you see this okay? Can you type to me? Yes, for everybody, type to me in the chat, yes, if you can see this okay, if like you can read this fine. Yes, 10-4, yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes. Hey, by the way, yes, I can advertise to the parents, all right? I can advertise to the parents on Facebook and Instagram. I can do that. It's less targeted though, right? So I'm gonna spend excess money probably. Okay, so now let's take a look. Now this isn't showing all of the ad that I want, but I'm gonna use my little pen here, all right? So this is our ad, right? This is our ad, okay? So, right, when somebody types in gender therapist, our ad's gonna show up. Well, we're second right now to this online counseling, all right? And this is very, very focused towards this crowd and community. So they're doing a pretty good job and they're pouring a lot of money in. Again, here and again here. Right? So all of these, you can see the keyword. You see the keyword? You see it? Bingo. All right, so now this right here, BetterHelp is doing something, they're doing something called a responsive ad. Basically, whenever somebody searches a certain keyword, so anything around gender that somebody would type in, gender counseling, gender therapist, their ad right here will actually change based on what people search. It's a responsive one. Now, the problem with that, maybe you'll get more clicks, right? Because it matches exactly. But hey, remember this, congruency. Many of you have been on a lot of my calls or seen a lot of these. What do I always talk about? Congruency, right? So there's a reason that we place this phrase, right? And I include accepting new clients in Phoenix because what? Everybody who calls into a counseling firm or whatever has a hard time getting on the schedule. They're booked 2 months out or they're completely full. They can't get in. The first thing we want them to know, accepting new clients, right? We want them to know that right away. Now, the journey through gender dysphoria can be complicated and confusing. These are two extraordinarily powerful words. Complicated and confusing, right? We offer counseling for teens ages 12 to 18. Why would I put teens ages 12 to 18 in this? Can somebody put into the Q&A or the chat, type to me, why would I put that? That's a very specific sentence. I put that in there for a reason. Why would I put that in there? What's the benefit for me? Why would I put ages 12 to 18 there? Chao Kwong says target audience, targeted, more targeted. Kathy says target market. Beishan says it's more targeted. Age range, laser targeting, single out your audience. Don't waste clicks. William Vincent, you win it today. You win it. He said the exact damn thing I was thinking. I don't want to waste clicks. If I'm paying per click, I don't want to waste my clicks, right? So unless somebody knows it's ages 12 to 18, I don't want them to click. I don't want to, right? What am I doing? I am intentionally disqualifying people. All right? Disqualifying people. I'm intentionally saying, get the F out of here. Right? Call today or book an appointment online. free phone consultations, all individuals welcome, gender therapy for teens. Okay, got it? Gender therapy for teens. Location, resources, schedule, FAQ. All right. So generally, Robert, yeah, she'll accept somebody who's 19 or 20. But what we're doing is we're really focusing in that age group. That is the age group she most enjoys working with. It's the age group that she's best with. So that's who we're focusing our targeting on. All right. So now if I went and typed in, let's say gender counseling. All right. Again, here we are down here, and this is a different ad, and it's showing up a little bit different. This is actually a call only ad. That's why the phone number is right here. It's a calling ad, right? Or gender identity. Well, let's just do gender identity center. There we go. So when we type in this one, now this one, because I got the first ranking on it and no one else is really placing ads for that, look at how big this ad is. You guys get this? And we went to, you know, there's this tool out there called Google My Business, right? So now, since we verified her information and everything on Google, now you can see directions, phone number, everything, right? It shows up. Here's exactly where we're freaking located, right? Here's this resources, FAQ, right? What is gender? Who do I work with? Are there services for parents? Location, schedule. Scheduling online is easy, right? So you can see how much detail, how much stuff there is here. And when somebody, think about the branding of this, right? Think about the branding of this. That's important to know. And I'm going to take you into our actual back office for the ads to show you this kind of stuff. But let me do one other search here. Let me just see if I type in teen therapy near me. I don't know if we're on that one. Might be just like teen therapist or something. Or let's say, let's do adolescent counseling, Phoenix. Let's see, gender dysphoria counseling. Okay. You can see there, we're again the top bid. So look, here's the thing. Here's my philosophy, okay? This is not everybody's philosophy, but here's my philosophy, okay? So I'm gonna give you my exact ad philosophy in terms of this type of business. This is located in a radius of about, let's say, 10 miles. Really, it's start to finish where we're placing the ads is about 10-mile bubble, okay? So think about this. There's not a ton of searches in that radius around this kind of thing. There's people looking, but there's not a ton, right? So, but people are going to start Googling a lot of different stuff around this, all right? And the reason that I'm coming in with such a high bid on this kind of stuff is because I believe that there is something psychological that happens for people when they see this as the top option. You got me? Type to me in the Q&A or the chat if you disagree or agree on that. I believe that when people see it as the top option, it's the top thing that's there, they look at it and they're like, well, yeah, I mean, if somebody's up there at the very top, they're probably not like lame. They're probably the best option. Like Google puts the best stuff at the top. What do you guys think? Do you agree, disagree? I have a lot of agree. Ashraf, Kathy, Deborah, Hassan, Bruce, Mary, Paul, William, John, Angela, Jerry, Christiane, Edwin, Norman, Rita, Karan, Alexa agrees now. Okay, good. So here's my thing is in general, when this is plastered up at the top, initially maybe not everybody clicks, but here's the thing. Remember this. It usually takes a couple times, maybe 5 to 10 times where somebody sees a brand name, somebody's name, before they're like, oh, all right, yeah, sure, let's check it. I keep seeing these guys, I keep seeing that name, right? So we're branding the Gender Identity Center, right? And I'm giving it a brand right here, Gender Dysphoria Counseling, accepting new clients in Phoenix. The journey can be complicated and confusing, right? Okay, now I want to see your guys. Now, that's not true in every case, but I have a pretty high bid set on this campaign because I believe that. Now, if it's just an e-commerce thing and you're just trying to sell some e-commerce product, it might be a little different, right? So this isn't a right or wrong thing in every single case. But just show of hands here real quick. Show of hands real quick. Do you guys want to see my ads back office? Do you guys want to see my actual ads back office? Oh my gosh. I want to show you guys the ads. I have to have at least half of you with hands raised. So keep them up. I want to see at least half. We're almost there. We're almost there. I want to see at least half. All right, we're half. We're half. Okay. All right. I love it. All right. There's a lot of people on here, so I have to show it with somebody, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, look, here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you guys want to get real value from this, right? I think we should show you real cool stuff like this. Okay. So, all right. So here we are. We're in the back office of an overview for this campaign that we started literally. I mean, this literally started like 8 days ago or something, 7, 8 days ago. All right. Can you guys see this okay? Is this coming through? 32 clicks. 848 impressions, $3.20, 26 cents per click, and $104 in ad spend. All right, got it? You guys can see that okay? All right, cool. So a couple things that I'm gonna walk you through in terms of ad groups and the actual campaign and the keywords and everything. So in terms of the actual ads themselves, if I go into ad, impressions is just how many times it showed up, right? Impressions means somebody typed it in and looked, okay? Typed it in and looked, and then maybe they didn't click or whatever, right? So what that means is if I had 32 clicks on 848 impressions, that means about 4% of everybody who Google searches something with my keywords and my ad shows up, about 4% of them will actually click the ad. Got it? So about 4% click-through rate. That's not great. It's not bad. It just is what it is. I'm accepting a little bit of a lower click-through rate because I have to put it out to more keywords that might not be my ideal keywords because I'm in a geographical bubble. Okay, I'm in a geographical bubble, so I have to use more keywords to get more impressions to maybe get more clicks. Okay. So it might not be true in every case, but what I'm going to take you into right now is the ad group, okay? The ad group for this. The ad group is where we store the keywords that we're targeting, okay? So these are the keywords. There's about 208 of them that I have personally hand selected that if somebody searches, we're going to pop up for, all right? So there is a lot of them, all right? There's 206. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort them by clicks, okay? So now you can see which ones are getting the most clicks, all right? So 7 clicks for this search right here. Now 6 clicks for this search right here. 3, 2, 2, and then a bunch of ones, all right? So a bunch of ones. You can see transgender kids, trans counseling, gender questioning, all this kind of stuff, right? So if I go up here and go to average cost per click, then this is my most expensive one. This is a $5 bid. This is a $4.99 click, right? So there's some of these that are really expensive, right? But what I'm going to show you over here, now just follow with me through these. You don't need to write these all down and everything, but just follow with me, okay? If I go over to average position, my average position on these, my average position is 1.3, okay? 1.3. So some of these don't have really any clicks, but on the stuff that does have clicks, my average position for this keyword right here is a 1. My average position here is 2.2, 2.6, 1.5, 1.1, 1. See all these ones for my average position right here? Can you guys see that? Type to me yes if you can see that. So what this is telling me, average position is mean what rank am I in the search? So that means when people Google search this keyword, transgender kids, my average position is 1 every single time. Why is that? It's because my average bid, the max cost per click that I have set to this campaign is $5. That's like a pretty high cost per click, all right? So I set it to $5. Does it mean I'm always going to pay $5? No, not really. For this one, gender questioning here, I got 93 cents for this click. That's a great cost, right? For this one, it was $4.28, right? So some of these are higher than they need to be. And in an ideal world, just so everyone's aware, in an ideal world, what I'll do after I get a first round of results is then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put in an individual bid for each keyword. So rather than bidding at a huge campaign level, $5 for everything else, what I'll do is I'll bid for each one. So for instance, on transgender youth right here, it's $1.88 per click. I'm going to come in and I'm going to set my max bid for $2 per click instead of $5 per click, because it'll probably drive my costs down a little. For something like, you know, gender dysphoria, where I'm paying $4 per click and it's getting me the most clicks, and every single time I'm number 1, I'm probably going to drop this to like $3 to $4. Got it? So I can lower my costs eventually. But here's the thing. Overall, I'm getting great results from these so far. Some of these, now pay attention. Some of these, for instance, gender fluid, right? I got to click on the word gender fluid. That's not somebody asking for therapy. Do you get the distinction? So that's why it's important in my ads, in my actual ads. Let me show you them right here. That's why it's important in these ads that I've created to say counseling, 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 counseling. Do you guys understand? Does that make sense? Please type yes if this makes sense. Because there's going to be some searches that are happening where people aren't saying, I want counseling. I want therapy. But what I'm doing in my ad is I'm saying, don't click on this unless you're interested in counseling. If you're interested in counseling, let's do it. Here, click here. So my ads are going to show up in some cases to people who aren't really all that interested. You got it? It's going to show up to people who are just looking to get a little education, and then they're just not going to click. That's okay. I don't want them to click. But if somebody searches gender questioning and they don't know yet in their mind that counseling exists, there's 13-year-olds out there who don't really know they could go to therapy and talk to somebody about this because their parents lose their shit every time it comes up. So if they go, oh my gosh, you mean there's somebody for me to talk to? A safe space for me to talk? Okay. Maybe I'll look into that, right? Maybe I should look into that. Maybe I should ask my parents if I can do this. So we do want it to show up, right? We want it to show up. Now, after people have clicked, here's the cool part. On that website, we have our Facebook pixel installed. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to run retargeting ads on Facebook. We're going to run retargeting ads on Facebook to everybody who's visited our site for more than 30 seconds. For people who clicked around. Because I'm going to measure, Facebook Pixel can measure how long people are on a certain site. So we're going to measure based on if people are on here for longer than 30 seconds, we're going to run Facebook ads to those people, to that custom audience. Got it? Now they're seeing us everywhere. Now, oh my gosh, I forgot about that, right? I would retarget to them on Facebook and Instagram. Yep. I could retarget to them on Google too, but that's already happening with this. If I was retargeting in Facebook, I have the Facebook pixel installed. So all I do is I create a custom audience in Facebook, in the back office in Facebook. I create a custom audience with my pixel. Here, let me pause this. I'll show you real quick. Now, bear in mind, we have about 20 minutes left. So this was on Google Ads, but let me just connect the dots for you. I'm not going to go through every single detail here, but let me just quickly connect the dots. Let me pause my screen here for a second while I log in. Yes, you can link the Facebook pixel to any, yeah, it is the Mark Harbert technique. You can listen, you can list your, or put your pixel on any freaking website, any website. Do I need to say that again? Any website. All right, let me see. I got to make sure this Facebook pixel is actually working. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, see this? So I opened up my Facebook back office. I went up here to the ads back office, and then I went to pixels. Clicked on pixels, and there have been 226 events received. All right, so now when I'm in the pixel here, you can go to events right here, or you can go to URLs. Follow me on this. This is so freaking, oh my gosh. I can track, guys. I can track how many people got to the scheduling page. 22. It got hit 22 times. Therapists, 26 times. FAQ, 20 times. Stories, 16 times. Location, resources, forms. Okay? So I can track everything. I can track only the people who hit the scheduling page, and I can run. So here's what I would do. Create audience, custom audience. All right? Now watch this. People who visited a specific web page, and here's what I'm going to type in. Let me go back. Let me cancel this. I'm going to copy this link. So let's say I'm going to do the one for scheduling. People who clicked on the link to schedule, but they didn't schedule. So I'm going to create a custom audience. I'm going to go to people who visited specific web pages, and I'm going to paste this in. There we go. So anybody who got to that page, I am going to run a Facebook ad to these people. And I can do in the last 30 days, all the way to 180 days. That's 6 months. But I'm just going to do 90 days. There's no right or wrong answer. Don't ask what you should do. There's no right or wrong answer. Think through it critically. Think through it critically. I'm going to do 90 days because I think generally this kind of gender dysphoria issue is a huge issue for people. It doesn't usually go away in 30 days. If you're doing e-commerce and somebody's searching like a cell phone case, people are going to find a solution to that in 7 days. Got it? So it's based on product. It's based on solutions. All right. So I'm going to say scheduling page last 90 days. Got it? Create audience. All right. I'm going to hit done. There we go. Done. So now where this is going to go is if I go up here to Events Manager and I go to Audiences. Now stick with me. All right, audiences. It is populating, and this usually takes a little bit, but it's going to be below 1,000, but it's ready. I can start retargeting to these people immediately. So in my ads, if I'm going to go create an ad, here's the final connection piece, everybody. The final connection piece. If I go and create an ad, and I want to run a, let's say I want to run a conversion campaign. All right, set up ad account. Excuse me. All right. The conversion event, I'm just gonna do. Right now, I'm not gonna do this as I typically would because it's gonna take too long to set up. I'm just gonna do view content. All right. So what I would do, here's how you only target these people. That's all I'm trying to show you right now. Is you would go to custom audiences right here, and see this. Here it is. Here's the audience right here. Got it? Everyone, raise your hand if you understand that. What I'm doing here. Even if you don't know how to do it, that's okay. Do you understand what I just did there? I took with my Facebook pixel that I installed on my website, anyone who's been on the scheduling page for that, I created a custom audience, and now I can run ads just to those people. That's how, when you go click on somebody's ad and you go through halfway through their funnel, then you start seeing ads all over your Facebook and Instagram and all over the place for that person. This is exactly what they're doing. And here's what'll happen is your cost per conversion on a retargeting campaign is much lower. You'll spend much less money rather than constantly blasting the, new people every single day. Okay? That is retargeting. Does that make sense to everybody? Just type to me, is that helpful, valuable? Are you getting value? Is this good stuff? Is this valuable stuff for you? Type to me give me some feedback in the chat. Is this helpful stuff for you? We're gonna start to wrap up, but do you guys have questions? Is it helpful? This is freaking marketing 101. This is starting a business 101, guys, right? This is literally starting a business 101. So, if you want more training, we have a traffic Rolodex bundle that teaches Google ads. You can go to frickin' YouTube and Google, and literally YouTube search, how do I place a Google ad for my business? And you can see click-by-click videos that'll walk you through it. Literally, you can do this exact thing in Africa, Europe. It doesn't matter where you live. All of this, by the way, is recorded in the back office. Go to the back office, go to products, and go to Marketers Club. Every single one of these gets recorded. All right. So just write down, freaking June 6th, June 3rd was incredible. Just go write that down. Look, you can do this with any business. Think about it, guys. Think through this. Now, as you begin to build skills online, here's what I just showed you how to do that you didn't know I showed you how to do. Okay? Let me share this whiteboard. If you start to think critically about this, here's what I just showed you how to do that almost no one really understood. Okay? There you go. So in your town or in your city or wherever it is that you live, right? There are plumbers. There are electricians, all right? There are lawn care people. Ooh, another good one? There's HVAC people, HVAC, right? Do you think these people know how to create a website or a sales funnel? Hell no. Do you think they know how to run ads? Hell no, right? But do you think people in your town or the city or wherever you live are typing in lawn care Phoenix? Do you think people are typing that in? Yep. Do you think that just on what I just showed you, that you could probably figure out how to run an ad about lawn care in Phoenix? Yep. Do you think you could spend $100 of your own money? I'm not saying you need to do this or whatever, but here's the thing. Do you think you could go out and spend $100 of your own money and generate 7 phone calls or 7 leads of some sort, and then go to lawn care people and say, hey, look, I just spent X amount of dollars, right? Or say, would it be worth it? Here's a good example. I spent $100. Okay. Now this is how lead gen agencies work. I spend $100 of my own money and I drive them to a very simple opt-in page, right? Give me your name, phone, and email, and we'll give you a call. All right. And I generate, let's say at a low amount, let's just say that I generate 7 leads. Okay, 7 leads. $100 spent, 7 leads. It's $14 per lead. Okay, now, you ready for this? You ready for some really freaking ninja stuff? What if you went to a lawn care company and you said, hey, look, if you pay me $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month, all right? So now with $1,000, you can generate, you can probably generate 70 leads, right? Because you'll just do the same thing and probably your costs will go down, so maybe more. But you'll say, if you send me 1,000, or actually structure it like this, there's a better way to structure this. So what you would say is, if I can bring you leads at $30 per lead, right? Somebody who has looked at an ad, clicked on an ad, entered their name, phone, and email that they're in our geographical location, and are ready and willing to pay money for lawn care service, would you pay me $30 per lead? You know what they're going to say? Yep. Because each of these leads is probably worth $100 to $200 for them, because they're going to sign them up for a 3-month deal or a 6-month deal, right? They're not going to sell every one of them. They can probably sell most of them. And you deliver them to them in real time, meaning you hook up a little software on the back end. I mean, don't get into freak out detail of like, oh, how would I ever do that? You'll figure it out, but you would hook it up so that they get a text message every single lead. Hey, new lead, they just requested it. Bing, call. That's a hot lead, right? There's some businesses that would pay $50 to $200 for one of these leads, right? You see what I mean there? If you understand the industry just a little bit, you understand what's going on, you can tap into this. And then guess what? Guess what? You say, look, here's the deal, is you have to pay me up front $1,000, and well, basically I'll guarantee you a certain amount of leads, but you got to be pretty confident you can do it. But if you spend $100 of your own money and you do it, bingo. Then everything, if you can get those costs lowered and lowered and lowered, that's all profit in your pocket. Got it?
Okay, so that wraps up video number 1. All right, that wraps up video number 1, or replay number 1. And now we're going to fast forward about 4 months to look at total ad spend, look at ROI, and walk through lifetime value of a customer and just how important that is to track, okay? And this is a very basic way to track that, so I want to keep it really simple for you and not get into super complex metrics. But I'm just going to show you very simply how to do it, okay? So we're moving on to recording number 2. Enjoy.
So in the last, let's see, when did this start? So June, July, August, September. So basically for about the last 4 months, and this is actually for my wife. So in the last 4 months, we have been running Google ads, okay? Google ads. And what I want to explain is a little bit of a business principle called lifetime value, but also customer acquisition. Because I think a lot of people in this industry, especially in affiliate marketing, don't understand client acquisition and how you do that at a profitable rate. Okay, so the combination of lifetime value with your cost per acquisition, those are 2 really important things. So before we get going too deep into these numbers, can you guys just type to me in the chat? Do you guys type to me in the chat, first of all, do you know what LTV means? I mean, I already said lifetime value, but do you actually know what that as a principle functionally means? Just type to me. Bill, yes. Kathy, yes. Stephanie, no. Nadir, no. Rahul, Evergreen, April, Lynn, no. Melanie, yes. Okay, so it's about 50-50. So really fast, I'm going to do a new share on a little whiteboard and watch this. I'm going to draw this on the screen for you real quick. So, whoops. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Is this going to work? Oh my gosh. Hang on. I just plugged in my little whiteboard here, and it was trying to use it, and then I hit deny in my preferences, and so I'm not really sure if it's gonna work here. Bear with me. Oh baby. Hang on. I will get it. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. You know what? I might not get it. Oh my gosh. You guys think, yeah, I always make this joke, but you guys think you're the only ones who struggle with the whole techie stuff. Wrong. All right. I'm not sure I'm going to get this, guys. So if that doesn't work, then yeah, I know, I keep it real. I don't even know where that setting was. I just clicked the setting real quick when it popped up, and now I have no clue. Oh my gosh. Oh. Wacom tablet. Oh my gosh. Wow, I guess we just might not be drawing today, guys. We just might not be drawing. Okay, improvise. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, let's see if I can clear this out. And let me see if I can type some text in here. Okay. Lifetime, I did try to unplug it. Yeah, it didn't work. Lifetime value of customer, LTV. All right. So this is essentially, so let's say that I'm running a funnel, and in the funnel there's a $7 offer, then there's a $49 offer upsell, and then there's a $1,000 offer, right? And then there's a $20,000 offer. Okay, so in the cycle of somebody coming in as a customer, right? Here's what I mean. So if I run a Google ad, all right, and I pay $30 and it gets me one customer, what most people do when they see this is they look at it and they say, I spent $30 and I only got this one $7 sale. All right, I only got one $7 sale. And that shows me that this ad didn't work. Okay, it didn't work. I mean, I'm not going to trade $30 for $7 every time. That doesn't make any sense, right? You guys get that? Just hit the hand raise button if you understand that, like why I would be like, hey, this makes no sense whatsoever. You guys get that? Okay, I know this is a little basic, but again, stick with me. So then what if this Google ad continues, right? So this is person number one, okay? Newbie. Okay, they're a newbie, they're new to the game, they're new to this advertising thing, they don't understand, okay? Now, person number two ends up spending, let's see, 30 times 10. Let's just do, for the sake of ease here, let's just do $300. All right, so $300. And this gets them 10 customers, okay, on the front end, $7 customers, okay? And this is our pro, all right? So they only get one customer, $30. They make a $7 sale, so not great, right? They literally just lost $23. But what this person knows is that from $7 to $49, that converts at a rate, the upsell converts at a rate of 50%, okay? 50%. So half of them. So this person just didn't get enough to get 2 customers. You got that? They just didn't get enough to get 2 customers. And then from the $49 offer to the $1,000 offer, let's just say this is a 10% rate. Let's see what happens on these numbers. I don't know if this is going to be a big enough sample, but and then from the 1,000 to 20,000, let's just say it's a 5%, because those are usually going to go down because it's such a big ask. But 10% is not even close to crazy on that. Okay. All right. So so on this one, they get 10 customers here at $7 each, right? So this person is down $23. And then over here, down here, so we had 10 customers at 70, and then that means we're going to have 10 customers here at $49, right? So, or we're going to have 5 of them. So let's just count out these buyers. At $7, we have 10. At $49, we have 5, because that's a 50% conversion rate. And then at 1,000, we're going to have, if this is at, let's put this at 20%, just for the sake of doing it. Okay, so we're going to put this at 20%, which means, and we're going to put this at 10, just to, I think at $1,000 from a $49 offer, that's not crazy. So that means 1 out of every 5, or 20%, are going to convert there. So that's 1. And then at the $20,000 level, 0, because we don't have enough, right? If 10%, we would have to get 10 purchasing at the $1,000 level in order to get, somebody to buy whatever, a mastermind or a big event or something for $20,000, a huge experience package. So if you add it all up, 10 times 7 is 70, 49 times 5 is 245. So 245 plus 70 is 315, $1,315. Okay. So $300 in ad spend. In revenue, which is $1,015 in ROI. Okay. So the moral of the story here is that this individual here, person number 1, the newbie who doesn't really understand how this works, how paid advertising works, and how customer acquisition and lifetime value works, they're going to spend that initial $30 and say, to hell with this. This doesn't make any sense. This person says, okay, look, it's a numbers game, right? There's certain percentages. As long as those percentages work out in general over the span of the next year or 2, I'm going to win, right? And so they end up spending 10 times the amount of money, and they also actually break a profit at some point on that ad spend. Okay, hit the hand raise button if that makes sense to you. Rahul, Melanie, Bill, Kathy, Nadir, Robert, DeWitt, Tiara, Stephanie. Does that make sense? Wendy, that's a new name. Nice to see you, Wendy. Thanks for popping on. Maria, good to see you. So in the grand scheme of things here, this is how you calculate lifetime value, and it's probably the most important figure in an entire business. All right? It's probably the most important figure you could ever know in your business as well. Right? Because even if you're an affiliate, okay, so think about this. Even if you're an affiliate, and let's say that you make 50% on these, okay? So you don't even make 100%. You make 50% on all of these sales, right? So you're going to make $3 $3.50 on this, because if you are an affiliate marketer, you need to calculate this. I mean, this is just as important. Here you're going to make $24.50, and here $500. So 24.50 times 5 is 122.50. 122.50 plus 35 plus 500 is 657.50. So if you followed me there, if you got 50% on all of these sales, so if this isn't your product, if you're not selling your own product, 657. So still, it's $1 in, it's $2 out, right? $300 in, $600 out, 657. So this kind of formulaic calculation, now this is going to be different for everybody, right? So the natural question again from a newbie is, well, what are these conversions? What does this look like? I mean, what does this stuff convert at? Well, so here's the thing is if you go out and you place ads on a billboard with half-naked woman, okay, and then you say, check it out, Bill's affiliate link here.com, right? Whatever your domain name is, check it out. You won't believe your eyes, right? If you put the thing is if you put out a bunch of clickbait like this, then your conversions will suck. You got me? Just type to me in the chat. Why would your conversions suck by doing something like this? Right? Why would the percentage, and what I mean by conversions is the percentage of people who are going to purchase a product once they go to this link, why would that conversion rate in this case just suck? Why would it not be good? Type to me in the chat. I'm curious if you're following with me. Anybody? Wrong topic. It's tricking people into something they don't want. There's no value. The targets, yeah. So it has mostly to do with the fact that you're catching eyeballs and gaining curiosity based on something that has nothing to do with your offer. Okay, people won't be seeing on this, link, whatever you're selling. They're not going to be seeing what is actually on the billboard, right? So you're going to get a ton of clicks, but your conversions will suck. Now, it may be not that egregious, but if somebody is targeting, let's say somebody on Facebook who's interested in, let's see, in planting, in like potting plants or in horticulture or something like that, and you're targeting them for like an online offer, your conversion rates might be less than if you target somebody who's already interested in affiliate marketing, or somebody like Eric Worre or Network Marketing Pro or something like that, where people are already interested in what you have to offer. They're predisposed. Or on Google, something like that, where people are already typing in and searching. Your conversions might be better. You might pay higher per click. It might cost you more on the front end for all those clicks, but they'll convert better. It'll be a better lead. It'll be a better purchaser. Okay. So if you take that, that scenario there and contrast it with doing something like that, like posting an ad on Google that says, let's just say you're selling a course on how to run Facebook ads. You have your own course or something. And you put an ad on Facebook and you target small business owners, and it says, hey, I'm going to teach you exactly how to run ads on Facebook. I have a simple 3-step formula to placing ads on Google or on Facebook for small businesses. Download the PDF right now, right? Those conversion rates will be a lot higher because you're giving them exactly what it is that they're looking for. Okay, just quick hand raise if that all makes sense to you. The difference, the disparity in terms of why those conversions would be better and how the conversion rates of lifetime value can be drastically different. You guys got it? How those conversion rates from one affiliate to the next can be drastically different, even if they're selling the exact same freaking product. Same product, same funnel, same offer. One might convert at 20, one might convert at 2 or less. Okay? All right. Now, if I go over here, and I'm going to switch over my screen here real quick. I'm going to pull open these Google ads that we've been running for my wife. Basically, what we've been doing is we've been running Google ads for my wife's private practice. Okay, she does private practice around gender for adolescents, for kids, and so I wanted to just show a disparity, and I'm not going to pull up anything private or anything, but I'm just going to show kind of cost and average cost per click and things like that, and how I'm measuring those metrics in the Google Ads back office. So this is the Google Ads back office. You can check out campaigns here. You can check out ad groups, and this would have our full list of keywords that I've developed that are being targeted. You can see in the last 4 months, you have about $1,500 worth of ad spend, getting close. All right. And you can see kind of everything, demographics, day and hour. You can even see the exact ad, how it shows up on Google. Likely, if you guys go and try to search that, you won't see the ad because we're only targeting it here in Phoenix, here in Arizona, right? So this isn't something that can be done globally. We don't do chat therapy or anything like that, or she doesn't. I shouldn't say we, but she doesn't do chat therapy or anything like that. So, so in this back office, there's a couple things that are important here that you look at and see. Number one, $4.58 as an average cost per click is really high. All right. And the reason is in most industries where you have things that are high lifetime value, okay, she charges $110 per hour, no insurance, doesn't take insurance, doesn't deal with insurance, $110 an hour, right? So your cost per click on things that have a higher lifetime value are going to be higher. Okay, that's just something to understand. So sometimes people will ask me, well, what's a good cost per click? What should I be aiming for? Well, it just depends on what you're offering. It depends on a lot of different things, honestly. So, so here's what I wanted to show you. So these ads started in about May, towards the end of May. All right. What I want to show you then, I'm going to switch the share over to this little preview screenshot here. Okay. So what this will show, can you guys see this? The insights? Just hit the hand raise button real quick if you can see this. Okay, you guys can see this. Okay. All right, thank you. So this is the projected income this month. That will be a lot higher because right now she just doesn't have people scheduled all the way through the month. It's October 3rd. So people haven't set appointments. They will, come in this weekend and do a session and then book for the next session. So this is only calculating what is currently scheduled right now. So right at this very second, you can see year to date, there's been 11 clients. For last month, there was a total of 10 clients that had booked 25 appointments. Okay. And there was 2860 for the total income that last month. So here's one easy way to calculate your lifetime value, right? You have a number over here that says 5,060. You have 39 appointments and you have 11 total clients. So because this is about a 3 to 4 month sample, that's actually a great sample size. Okay. So all I'm going to do to calculate lifetime value is I'm going to look at 5,060 divided by 11, total revenue divided by total customers. total revenue divided by total customers. 50, 60 divided by 11 is 460. Okay, I'm going to type that in. So right here is $460 per client right now. Now, think about this. We also have projected income this month where most of these people, we have 11 total, but there's 9 already scheduled this month, which means, you know, most of these clients are sticking multiple month after month after month after month. So that 460 per client is likely to go up, right? That $460 a client is likely to go up, and there will be kind of a place where that caps off. Maybe most people average 12 sessions. Well, that's $1,300 per client as a lifetime value. So but right now today, we can only calculate what we have today. It's $460 per client. That's the average lifetime value of a client. So if I want to then calculate out how much I can spend to acquire a new customer, cost per acquisition, my CPA must be less than my lifetime value. So this 460 per client is my lifetime value. Okay, that's 460 per client. The CPA, cost per acquisition, let's pop back over here over to Google. Okay, we're back over here in Google. If we've acquired 11 customers and we have spent $1,480, it means I take 1,480 divided by 11. Total cost over all the months is $1,480. Divided by 11, that's $134. $134 is our cost to gain a new client. Okay, so that's the important number. That $1,480 was spent over the last 4 months. So on average, about $400 to $500 a month. So let me come back here and share this again. Okay, and let me pull open. My text again. Okay, so to wrap this up, cost per acquisition is $134 per client. Lifetime value right now is, what did we say that was? 50, 60, about $460 per. Okay, that means that for every $134 that she spends on ads, she's going to make $460. So here's the thing. Why is her lifetime value so high? Well, number one, it's therapy, right? But think through this, because I want to apply this because a lot of you are affiliate marketers, a lot of you are internet marketers, and you're saying, okay, well, this is just, it's her own business. I mean, it's her own thing. She has to get certified. She has to do all this stuff. And, she puts out these ads. I mean, she literally just put up a website, named her business, got a logo done pretty cheap for less than $1,000 and started launching ads. Okay. Not even 30 years old. Okay. So, there's neither are better. Google ads, Facebook ads, neither of them are actually better. Doesn't matter. It depends on what you're most comfortable with and what, if you're more of like a funny, entertaining marketer, you enjoy having fun, you enjoy kind of entertaining and bringing, kind of a lively, attentive audience, Facebook and Instagram is the place to go. If you're more of like in a service, like let's say air conditioning or something that somebody would type in and actually just say, how do I, whatever, top rated HVAC Phoenix, right? Something like that. So that fits more in the Google side of things. So if the cost per acquisition is $134 per client, the lifetime value is $460. Why is that lifetime value so high? Well, number one, it's therapy. So there is just an intense relationship there where a lot of value is given, a lot of value is received in that. And I think for a lot of times for internet marketers, here's my moral of the story of looking at these numbers and telling you this is, number one, you got to know this. Okay. So number one, if you spend $500 on ads, you got to look at your numbers. And ultimately, if it's like, well, this just isn't working out, then it's not necessarily that the funnel's broke. It's not necessarily that your ads are broke. One thing that you really should look into doing is, how do I give more value? How do I provide and offer more value? And how do I sort of make a bond with these prospective leads, clients, customers? How do I create more loyalty and give them more value to sort of tip the scales to where they want to pay me for something, where they want to buy for something, right? And I mean, this is also the huge benefit of a recurring model, right? So some of you are actually, I think a lot of you are, you advertise or you promote the Marketers Club for Legendary, right? So don't undervalue what that $18 monthly thing can be for you, that paycheck can be. It's only $30, but I mean, think about the take rate on that from our $7 offer to the from the $7 offer to the Marketers Club offer right now. The take rate is something like, it's somewhere in the range of 30 to 40%. And don't quote me on that because I didn't give an exact number, but it's in that range. Like, it's pretty high. So from somebody who purchases $7 and then says, I want the Marketers Club upsell for $30 a month, that's a pretty high take rate, right? And you're going to make a commission on that every month. So when you start getting these people who are purchasing these things, if you can build sort of a relationship, make sure they get on the webinars, those kinds of things, you turn a 1 month kind of referral client into a 6 month, an 8 month, a 12 month, a 2 year long thing. And suddenly that, you know, that measly little $18 a month thing that you're getting for somebody joining the Marketers Club, if they do it for a year, that's $216. So what if it takes you $216 to get a new client? Well, that's great. Just to get a $7 purchase, that's great. Because over the lifetime value, as long as you're able to do your job and we're able to do ours, you're going to not just break even, you're going to start to make some business blueprint bundle sales as well. So it's just a thought. It's just a thought. Again, I don't even really love to talk about Legendary's affiliate offers and stuff like that on these webinars, mostly because I think what's more valuable than you learning how to sell something really quick is you building a skill set that will make you money over the long term. That's the one thing I did differently. If you don't know my story, I've been around this industry for about 10 years. And when I first got started, could barely get up the courage to do a webinar, could barely get up the courage to even get on video. But I'm not really more gifted. I'm not really more, I don't really have the talent. It's more that I just outlasted everybody else. I just stuck around long enough. I learned the skills. I learned Google. I learned Facebook. I stuck my nose in there when I didn't really know what was going on and just learned as much as humanly possible over and over and over again until I finally figured it out. So, yeah, just a thought. And as you guys are building this out, the CPA and LTV is something, it should be on your desk. It should be around you. It should be all over your mind at all times. It's not everything, okay? So in some cases, like startups, they will, in some rare cases, startups will have a cost per acquisition that is less than their lifetime value, and they do this for years. So for instance, and then I'll wrap this up. Uber right now loses millions and millions of dollars. Uber is a massive company and they've still not made in profit a dime. Still not profitable because there's a turning point at which their lifetime value switches, they think and theorize, that their lifetime value will grow over their cost to acquire a new client, and they won't have to keep acquiring new clients, and then they can ride on that lifetime value. Okay, so that's not proven. We don't really know. Uber doesn't even know, but that's the theory of why people are still giving them billions of dollars to fund that business. Okay, so anyway, is that helpful? Is that helpful to you guys? That's one thing that this took me 6-7 years to learn in this industry. No one knew it. I think no one really taught it. Most people in this industry don't really teach actual marketing and customer acquisition, and they don't really know how to do it.